Hi, welcome back to Debonair Training Software Development Series, video series. If this is your first time, I am the CTO, Gregory Ekato, and we are on a learning journey, development learning journey to produce commercial grade software on learning data analytics and artificial intelligence. At the end of this video series, you should be able to hold your own ground, become a very good developer, making a decent living as one. Now, we are on our learning journey. We have so far gone through front end and back end. Well, the basic building blocks, and then front end, back end technology, and then we started out in Moodle already, but we've had to we've done PHP, we've done MySQL, all the SQLs. Now we're going to go into NoSQL as well, MongoDB. And at this juncture, we have to do PHP Laravel. We're going to put that up until later, but we have to do it now because of the data we need to get from the Faker database seeding that happens with Laravel seamlessly. Can be taught today without too much code. Now, if you haven't already taken the PHP class, you will have to. This is a prerequisite for it as well. So let's get down to it. PHP Laravel. What is it? Let's go to the first one. PHP Laravel. Before I start, if you're not already signed up to as a trainee developer with Debonair Training, it's a good time to sign up for free if you qualify and get enrolled. All you have to do is in the comment section. You see a link you can click on to send me an email or send our staff an email, admin staff, and will get you enrolled, registered and enrolled if you qualify, depending on your locale and level of development. So yes, what is Laravel? Laravel is a free open source PHP framework. It provides web developers tools and resources for building modern PHP web applications. It's very popular. It's a back end. It's a back end framework and comes fully featured with a lot of the features we're going to talk about, including MVC, which stands for Model View Controller Architecture. It's a popular architecture as well. It separates an application into three main logical components: the model, the view, and the controller. And each of these components are built to handle specific development aspects of an application. Yeah, we'll go through all of these, but I'm just mentioning it, and I will mention a few other terms so that when I speak of them later, you're a little bit more familiar with them. They're good for both small and large scale web applications. Now, the Blade template engine is a big component of Laravel because that's what it really uses to render its views and to connect the data models, process application inside application code inside template tags, and to divert output to a text file or other streams. The Eloquent ORM, which stands for Object Relational Mapper, is a database management tool that comes as part of the Laravel framework. This is important. This is the MVC we're talking about now. This is how the view connects to the controller and eventually the model. Then you have Redis, which is a key value store that is also referred to as a data structure because it supports data types like strings, hashes, lists, sets, and sorted sets. Then you have the Artisan CLI. CLI stands for Command Line Interface. It helps web developers to migrate data manage databases, and generate boilerplate code, controllers, models, and more. So then you have built-in authentication that comes default with Laravel authentication authorization. With a couple of artisan commands, everything is already set up for you. Otherwise, you have to vanilla PHP. You have to sort all of that out yourself. So in a way, this is it's like spoon feeding you PHP in a way you don't have to master too many things, too many little concepts. Just master one big concept and you got it right. Now it says basic concepts and flow with Laravel development. So Laravel fundamental concepts include routing, views, eloquent ORM, controllers, middleware, models, and migrations, requests and responses. So the flow is like this. You start from here. You see a view on your computer screen. Your user, you make a request. These requests are routed or routing, and it goes to a controller. The controller passes this to the model. The model passes this to the database. The database returns the request to the model back to the controller, and the controller back to the view, such that it can be seen by the user. So that's how it works. Now you see the controller going back to the view here. That's because of what's called sessions and cookies, which you probably know about, which means the information is still in the controller because of the session is still on. So it doesn't have to make a trip to the model or to the database. It just goes directly to the view. So Laravel will iterate through this list of providers and instantiate each of them. After instantiating the providers, the register method will be called on all the providers. So it's instantiation, the registration. Then once all of that is done, there's a boot method that happens, okay, for each of the provider. So if you are registered and enrolled, you'll be able to see this question, answer it, and it will be more interactive as well as other fora. We have forums that students or trainees can participate in, workshops, and of course assignments and tests. So yeah, I strongly suggest you get registered for that. Now let's quickly do the installation, which is the next menu, next on the menu. So the installation. Laravel implements a composer for managing dependencies within it. Hence, before using Laravel, you must check whether you have Composer on your system. Now, to quickly check Composer on your system, go onto your IDE. I'm using VS Code, which starts with Visual Studio Code, but any other IDE like Atom or NetBeans um, or brackets works. It works well too. So, but in this case, you actually need to open up the terminal, which I could go in here, just go view terminal, and there's a shortcut here for me to switch on the terminal, and I could control it. So it's yeah, so it can be half screen or full screen. So anyway, I've got the terminal open now. So the way to check if you've got Composer on your screen is just type Composer in your terminal and put -v, and that it should be right. So you see, I'm just gonna click that up so you can see the whole thing. So it's got Composer there, and it's got a version, so you can see you definitely got Composer on your computer now. Now, if you do not have Composer, let's go back to what it says in the lesson notes. If you do not have Composer, then you have to download it. Click on this link or get composer.org. Click on /download. And once you download it in the terminal, once you download it and installed it, then you now go to a terminal or go back to your IDE, and you let me show you what you need to. So you go here So this code here, it says composer create hyphen project, composer create hyphen project, then Laravel backslash Laravel Debonair app, or whatever your whatever you're calling it. Now, I have called my Debonair app, which is here. I'm gonna open up this one for you because it's just so much easier to do it that way. And then if I need to run commands, I would. Okay, so I got it here. So I've just done this one, which is Deb Training, and it takes a little while to run and open. But once it's done it. So so let's go to that one. Okay, so we got it here now. So CD CD. Why is it not typing now? Okay. Okay, so the developer series. So all I need to do now is right. So composer. So you do that there because I'm already in developer series. So it's not going to create Debonair app, but I've already got Debonair app. So I don't want to create Debonair app again. So I'm going to call it Debonair T app just to make it Debonair Train app. So I don't get confused. Right, call it Debonair Train app, right? So, and that's going to take a little while to produce that. Cannot use Laravel's. That's alright. If it says that, that's because it's trying to get the latest version, but it can't. So it's installing Laravel 10, not 11, which is fine because Laravel 11 is not yet very, very stable like Laravel 10. So this will take about a few minutes. So we're going to pause. It. Okay, now once you see this info application key set successfully, that means it's completely installed. Now, if you do not see that, you see something else, then you just have to scroll up and see what the error is. If there's an error, because it should say, just like it said earlier on about could not install. Uh, uh, Cannot use version 11. It should show you if it's in red, then that means there's a fatal failure. So obviously put it in the comment section. We'll be able to help you troubleshoot what the problem is. Now let's continue with our installation, or rather with our setup now, because we've installed it already. So so we go here, and what we need to do next is cd to the Debonair app directory, then run. Okay, or rather, in our case, not Debonair app, Debonair Training hyphen app. So then after that, we do PHP artisan serve. Yeah, so it says there. So after that one, that's when we do PHP artisan serve. So this will be our first time dealing with artisan, and we've already mentioned artisan before. So we're going to cd to the app creator, which you can see here. Okay, Debonair Training hyphen app. So that's what we're going to cd to now. So cd Debonair Train hyphen app. And just make sure, yeah. So cd to that one. And as you can see now, we are now in Debonair Train hyphen app. Okay, so now we're going to do that PHP artisan serve I told you about. So you type PHP artisan serve, enter, and there you go. So now it is now served this to this URL. So you can just follow and click, and so if you press Control click, it opens up for you. I should anyway, because I've already opened like 2 or 3 times. Don't know if it will open up. It does. So there it is. This is the welcome page for Laravel setup boilerplate. Okay. So that's it really for this lesson. The next lesson we're going to more detail. The next lesson we're going to we proceed to the root and application directory structure. So so see you in the next lesson. Okay. Thank you.